Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Angela. And I see that your big sister, Terry, is with us. Hello, Terry. Wow, already lost 20 pounds. Goodness gracious. I'm proud of her, too. That's an amazing accomplishment. Way to get off to a terrific fast start. Great job, Terry. Good to have you. We're going to give it a few minutes, allow people to get in the classroom, and then we'll get started. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hello. Good to have our Shibboleth family. Hello. Hey, Becky. Hey, everybody. Give it just a few minutes. Give people a few moments to get in here. Of course, we missed most of last week and this week, so got to get those reminders out there. Let folks know it's so easy to get out of the habit of coming at 11 a.m. and then me not being here. May take a few minutes for people to get their text. And remember that we have 11 a.m. support session normally. Hey, Anisha. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone will welcome Terry. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. If not, let me know. But Terry Grote is with us. That's Angela Chai's sister. Good to have her with us. For those of you that don't know Angela, she has lost a lot of weight. Angela, what's that number? It's well over 200 pounds. And now her sister Terry is off to a fast start, has lost 20 pounds already, just getting started with Shibboleth Lifestyle and with her Shibboleth family. 240.5 pounds. What a determined person. That is called commitment, perseverance, will, focus. Great job, Angela. No, we can't see you, Amy, but it's good to have you. Good to have you, Amy. Says I'm new, but hoping my video is not showing me I'm painting. No video. Yep, had a good trip. We're back. Good to be back. Hey, Michelle. Amen, Angela. God healing me. Yes, absolutely. All right, we'll get started. Hopefully next week we rally the troops and we usually have 70, 80, 90 people in here. But we'll get started today. We want to welcome everybody. We've got 29 and counting for our 11 a.m. support session. We want to welcome you all. My name's Travis Martin. I've lost over 100 pounds on the program, come off all prescription medications. Program's changed my life. The Lord has used it to change my life and has also changed tens of thousands of other lives with a practical, sustainable, and fun lifestyle that we call Shibboleth. Actually, it's pronounced Shibboleth, but we all love saying Shibboleth, so that's what we'll do. Yeah, missed you too. Missed you very much. This is our Q&A session, live Q&A, question and answer session, where we answer your questions and keep you moving forward. The best way to begin Shibboleth is by watching the fast track videos, take the test, pass test, and earn the fast track badge. We're not just a nutrition program, we're also a behavior modification program. So there's a lot of things embedded in that website, if you engage with it, that subtly promote self-discipline and behavior modification. Badge earning is one of those things. And these sessions that we do Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., they are best utilized after you have earned your fast track badge. If you haven't earned your fast track badge, you can still come to these sessions Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., but you may often leave confused because you won't understand the underlying philosophies of our program, which produce powerful and sustainable facts. So please, myshibboleth.com or shibbolethlifestyle.com, either one of those sites. Shibboleth Lifestyle will let you in for free, shibbolethlifestyle.com, and you can get started with your fast track videos and then determine if you want to continue your journey and go with us at My Shibboleth. So we'll get started with that. All right, so we got some recognition. This is going to be over the last week. Got a new partner. Thank you so much. Andrea Gray, a new partner. Can't do what we do without our partners. Very expensive pursuit, trying to help thousands of people, and we have to have our support team to do that. And we have partners and lifetime members, and they really help us do what we do. And we want to thank Andrea Gray for becoming a new partner. Weight loss for the week, 320 pounds. That's down. We're getting to that time of year, and it's just cautionary tale. So many of our members work hard all year long. And then right after Halloween, going into November and December, they feel like they can hold the line without the daily disciplines that they've been applying, and then just start back in January. And from the data that we have, we typically see a 15 to 25 pound weight gain from members who disengage. So please don't disengage. Please continue to do what you've done all year to keep that weight off or to keep it coming down. You'll get plenty of holidays. There's no reason to take November and December off. Again, members over the last week self-reported 319 pounds lost. That's usually around 520, 530. So we're already seeing it happen. It's a seasonal lull where people they're getting ready to enjoy the holiday season, thinking that they can hold the line even if they disengage and get back started in January. That rarely happens. We're never staying static. Y'all know this if you'll search your heart. We're either gaining or we're losing. You're not ever going to find that magical number and just stay there. So you have to keep working hard even through the season. We've got a lot of badge earners. There's so many here because I haven't been here to report daily. I'm going to recognize a few that's very deserved. 75-pound badge earners: Tanya Williamson, Lucas Hutchinson, Sally Clock, and Derek Seeley. 100-pound badge earner, Tressa Nelson. We had 6 people earn their gold weight badge: Annette Reese, Louise Gagan, Charlotte Little, Pamela Ferris, Sonia Horner, Amanda Hunt. And then we had one earn the 125-pound badge, Stephanie Needham. Great job. That's a big deal. And how about a huge round of applause? Huge round of applause for our very own Angela Chai, who earned the most coveted badge of Shibboleth, and that's the Shibboleth Master. Very few of those Shibboleth Master badges ever earned in our program. Very few. And Angela Chai just earned one. Good job, Angela. All right, we'll get started. Any questions for me today? It can be about anything Shibboleth, nutrition, lifestyle, discipline, behavior modification, personalization. That's what these 11 a.m. sessions are for. Any questions for me today? So Sally Clock has a question right out of the gate. Why is the no stir peanut butter better than others? I didn't know they were. What we're looking for in our peanut butter, is no hydrogenated oil, no partially hydrogenated oil. We can't totally avoid hydrogenated oils in today's food supply. With today's food supply, many of our foods are approved that have hydrogenated oil, but peanut butter is one of those things that's just inundated with it, and it's already mostly a fat food, a fatty food. And then you have that hydrogenated fat and partially hydrogenated fat. It's just not healthy. So we want to stick with approved peanut butters that have no hydrogenated oil or partially hydrogenated oil. Beth, happy juice. I did during cleanse, but just curious if anyone else has had an allergic reaction or maybe just a virus within me, canker sores. I'm going to let other people answer that. Make sure if you're consuming happy juice that you go through. We're going to scare people off. I haven't heard of that. It could be you had a reaction to it. Could be something else going on there. I would just suspend use of it. Many of us are getting great results with the happy juice. Helps with my mental focus. It helps with me. It helps me. It uplifts my mood, and it helps me with some debilitating issues I have physically that really help cause me to not get much sleep. That being back issues and sciatica. I have to stay moving, but when I get still, I'm in a tremendous amount of pain, especially if I'm sitting. Happy juice helps me with that. It has an amazing effect on my appetite, but there's also some cons. So you need to go through the course. That's why we won't sell happy juice. We won't sell it or provide it without people going through the safety course first. But maybe best some folks can share with you their challenges that they've had with it. I haven't heard of any except for I've had a couple of people that did not like happy juice. Out of maybe 100 so far, they didn't like it because of how it made them feel mentally. I also go over that in the safety videos. It has a psychoactive component, as does caffeine. This is not caffeine, but some people who already have high anxiety may not want to consume happy juice. Not aware of any canker sores unless people are overdoing it. Yeah, I would stop taking it, Beth. You don't know that that's what it is, but it could be that. So there's a correlation for you. It's not causation. We can't prove that it caused it, but we can prove correlation because you were taking it, and at the same time you were taking it, you started dealing with these issues. So you should suspend use, definitely. Best frozen pizza. Judy, that's a tough one. I don't eat very many frozen pizzas, but we have a whole library of them. I prefer to make mine Shibboleth approved homemade style, or go somewhere and eat my pizza. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up for you so I can show you how we look for this stuff, just in case if I'm not with you and you're frustrated. Not that you're frustrated now, but sometimes people get frustrated because the library's so big, and if they just had somebody they could ask the question to, like you're doing now at 11, but if this question comes up at night and I'm not here for you, or a mentor is not here for you, you need to know how to research that. Now myself, I prefer approved homemade Shibboleth style pizza, or going to one of the restaurants where I have requested that they make my pizza with cauliflower crust, and they have obliged me by getting in a cauliflower crust. And that's where I have my pizza. If I'm at a pizza restaurant where they don't have cauliflower crust, I take off the Shibboleth rules. I take off the toppings of 2 slices of pizza and put it with a salad, or put it in one of my wraps. But if you like frozen pizza, about the only one that I've eat very much of is the Atkins one. It's all right. I like it in a pinch. That's what I love about Shibboleth. There's nothing that we can't do. You know, we're gonna if we need to eat frozen pizza, we can certainly do that. So here is where you pull it up in the food library, and you can see the website's thinking, and it's going to pull up a list of pizza that you can have, or descriptions that have the word pizza in there. Did I go in the recipe library? No, this is it. So I pulled up pizza here, and I get a good list going. Weight loss meter shares the weight loss meter. Some people have rated it. Let's look at Amy's Pizza. So I click Amy's Pizza, and it shows me one. A 0 on the weight loss meter means it will not hurt me, but it may not help me. If this was a positive number, then if I do it too often, it could cause me to gain weight. But this one's approved, and it's one of those that you could get by with. You do need to follow your portion allowance. 1/3 of the pizza would be the serving. And you need to go with the not just any Amy's Pizza, but the ones that are listed. So let's look for some more. You can see there's many pages. There's many pages. See here, many pages. I'm going to go to Atkins. Let's do Atkins, and I'll show you the one I like. All we have to do with Shibboleth is focus on what we can have and not on what we cannot have. I can add this to my grocery list, and once I add it to my grocery list, I can just print that grocery list and go and focus on just getting that. So if you go to the grocery store hungry and you just start looking at all the variety in the frozen freezer section, frozen food section, you might pull the wrong pizza. So we want to make sure we go in with our list. We want to be smart about this. We're all used to eating without having to think about it, just grabbing whatever. It's an afterthought. We can't live our life like that if we want to enjoy our food and live a lean life. So I'm looking for an Atkins pizza here. I pulled up all the approved Atkins stuff, products. I'm having to go page by page to find his pizza. I could just go back up to the search engine and type pizza, but I'm trying to demonstrate how many approved Atkins products there are too. So let's see. I'm assuming that we've added it to the library. I've went through 3 pages. Let me just type in Atkins pizza, see what happens. Yeah, here we go. Atkins Stonefire Pepperoni. There it is. Now I see that the rating on it by our clients wasn't very high, but I actually like it. It's pretty good if I'm in a pinch. It's a 1, meaning that it's approved, but if I do it too often, it might hurt my results. But in a pinch, this is going to work. Description, these are approved, but used sparingly and on occasion because of the calories. They're a little high in saturated fat, calories, but as long as you stick to the Bulletproof Shield, you'll be okay. Some are high in fiber, so that's good. It's just a little high in fat. These won't hurt you, but may not help. So there you go. That's how you do it. Any more questions on that? Let me know in the thread. Shauna says CPK frozen pizza is good. Yeah, Beth, it's been a real winner for me. The Happy Juice, I do know that when I overdo it, and I tend to overdo everything that's good, it becomes not so good for my digestive system. So if you are going to keep trying it, just stay with those small portions of it. Hopefully you'll be okay. Joni says the California Pizza Kitchen frozen pizza, Sicilian flavor. Awesome. Any other questions today? Hey, so did the food library look to y'all? All in all, everybody likes it better. Okay, as long as everybody likes it better. It just threw me off. Okay. Yeah, I was asking Sasha, did something change with the food library, because I hadn't seen it in a few days being out of pocket, and she says it has changed. I hope everybody likes it better. She says she thinks it's better, easier to find information, but it threw me off because it looked different. Any other questions or comments today? And feedback on the food library. Did that throw y'all off? It threw me off. Peggy, if we do a Tiger 36 fast, do we journal it on both days as the fast? No. Whichever day you had the most fasting hours, in other words, whichever day you didn't eat anything, that will be your fast day, because there will be one day you ate no food. So when we're logging our lengthier fast, we log that, we put that day in. Tiger 36 is the day, the 24-hour period where we had no calories. You would not mark both days of Tiger 36. We would be giving ourselves a little too much credit if we did that, but I do understand your dilemma, and we always mark the day with the most fasting hours, because a 36-hour fast can start middle of a day. You know, you can start your 36-hour clock at any point. So whichever 24-hour period you spent the most fasting time with would be the day that we mark it. And those are beautiful days, real healthy days, letting our body reset and recover and digest. It's a beautiful thing. How can I participate in a challenge without Facebook? If I understand the question right, Facebook's not required. So you can participate in a challenge without Facebook. In fact, right now, I still can't go live on Facebook because Facebook's locked me out of all live offerings for over a month now. So if I was relying on Facebook, I would be able to do very little myself. So you can, Chrissy, Facebook is not a requirement to participate in our challenge. How often is it recommended to fast for 36 hours? Is twice a week too much? You'd have to speak with someone that gives you qualified medical advice on that. Why would I say such a thing if I think fasting is so healthy? Because diabetics have to be real careful with fasting. As someone that already has anorexia or bulimia or anything like this of this nature needs to consult a qualified medical provider to see if fasting is right for them at all. Myself, if I had the discipline, I would do it 3 days a week if I had the discipline. I've done that before. I wished I had the discipline to do it more. So it's really up to you. It is up to you. So it's just up to you. What can you stand as far as going without food? Not going without food all week. We don't want to do that. But to me, if I had the discipline, I would do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week. But I don't have the discipline. So that would be my answer. But that's based upon myself and my medical conditions or the lack thereof. So it's not unhealthy to fast as long as throughout the week we get adequate protein to preserve our muscle. We don't want a muscle waste when we're fasting. But fasting is very beneficial. It's just terrific for you. My favorite weeks are when I incorporate Tiger 36, and then on the other days, I'm eating 2 meals each day. That's my favorite way to live. Don't have to do that. If you're new here, you can have a lot more food than I just went over. But fasting's a beautiful thing. Beautiful. So healthy. What can you consume on a 36-hour fast? Can you have broth or Jell-O? You can't. The current structure of a fast is no calories, but you can have 0 calorie or near 0 calorie beverages. For 2023, Michelle will be adding a new fast. It's kind of a training wheel fast for 2023, where you will be able to have things like broth and other pre-digested protein supplements or pre-digested protein foods, so that you can work into a real fast later. But we have not implemented that yet, nor have we went over it And the way we'll be doing that, if y'all have noticed, if you're a lifetime member or partner, that drop down box where you mark your perfect day, it's getting really lengthy. There's a lot of different type days. I think that makes Shibboleth fun and interesting. At least it does for me. So there's going to be some new type days that we teach on that you'll be able to go into your profile and you'll be able to add or take away from that box so it's not confusing. So everybody's little drop down box will have the standard days in it, and then you'll be able to add the type days to the box that you want to incorporate in your life so the box doesn't get, yay long. So one of the things we're going to implement for 2023 is a kind of a training wheel fast where you will be able to have broth. But see, we don't want you if you're talking about 0-calorie broth, certainly, but I'm assuming you're talking about bone broth, which is high in protein. Anything with macronutrients is going to pull away from the benefits of your fast. Even good nutrients like protein, that's going to prevent you from getting into deep autophagy response, where we get rid of the toxins that are trapped in our cells. So right now, Tiger 36 means 0 calories only, or near 0 calories, like regular fat-free broth if you wanted to, but not the high protein soups or not bone broth. Couldn't do that yet. And I prefer you not do sugar-free Jell-O. If you did do sugar-free Jell-O, it's not going to pull away from your fast or take away from your fast. Hey, Charles, on the cleanse, does it matter if we take the probiotic in the morning, like 7 a.m. and not eat till 12 p.m.? Or does it have to be 30 minutes before your first meal? No, you can have the probiotics at any time. You're not going to, it's best to have your probiotics on an empty stomach. That's for certain. But you can have them anytime. You don't have to do them in the morning if you don't want to. Way to go. Way to incorporate. Me too. I have to get my dogs out. That helps me get a few steps. I'm getting my 10,000 plus step. Great job. Love it. Love it. Yeah. You're getting creative, getting your steps. That's another huge component. Every step you take while in efficient fat burning mode burns 4% of 1 calorie. That means you burn a calorie pretty quick when we're walking. Great job. And if you're in efficient fat burning mode, those extra calories, that means you're in a calorie deficit. All those steps is just coming right from your fat stores. Fantastic job. Yeah, no bone broth on a fast until we incorporate our training wheel fast. We'll probably have that in the drop-down box list for 2023 as partial fast. And that will help a lot of people fast more often. We'll be still fasting, but allowing for pre-digested food. Any other questions, comment? Don't be shy. We all are new at some point. Hello, Angela. I have newbies that I have been helping complaining about stalling. Can you go over how to break plateaus and get off holiday weight? Well, first we have to address the definition of a stall or a plateau. I have to do that. I know it irritates everyone, but they're probably not stalling. They're probably not plateauing. They have an erroneous expectation of losing a lot of weight with their effort. They want to lose a lot of weight every week. And we're not hitting a plateau just because we're not losing a lot of weight every week. Weight loss expectation, you might as well embrace it after your first month. During the first month, if a person doesn't lose 5 to 10% of their body weight, they just didn't try. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be honest. You just didn't put forth much effort if you didn't lose 5 to 10% of your body weight in your first month. An example of that would be, I started at 300 pounds. So with some effort, the first month, I should be able to lose 15 to 30 pounds. If you start at 200 pounds, you should be able to lose 10 to 20 pounds in your first month. Now, once we get rid of that water and waste and the glucose, the excess glucose weight, the excess water weight, once we do that, then we're going to settle in to about 0.5 to 1% of our week's beginning body weight. In other words, let's say I lost 30 pounds in my first month and I'm down to 270. So that next week, I should expect about 2.7 pounds of loss max if I'm staying within my Shibboleth shield. If you're 150 pounds, then somewhere around 1.5 pounds, and that's with strict effort. It's not hard here. When I say strict, that sounds hard, but it's not hard to eat 3 delicious meals a day. If that's hard, then our heart's not right. Now, if someone really is hitting a plateau before they get down to that last 10 or 15 pounds, the thing to do to break a plateau, first I'd have them check with a mentor. If we're really talking about a plateau, and I doubt that we are, I feel your pain. I deal with it every single day of my 20-year wellness career existence. Every day I get numbers, not one, but numbers of people. Why have I hit a plateau? And that's such a loaded question. So the first question that I ask, does anybody know what the first question I ask? I ask, I'll give you most of it. Can I see your journal? And how often do you think the person who's hit a plateau has a journal? Almost never, ever, ever. In which case I give them a 3-day challenge. I give them what I play around with them, and I give them a T-scription. Not a prescription. I'm not a doctor. I give them a 3-day T-scription that if they do it, why do I only give them 3 days? Because that's their problem. They're looking in a month down the road, 2 months down the road, 3 months down the road. So I give them a 3-day T-scription with foods that they love. And I say, you can do anything for 3 days. And if you'll just do what I tell you for 3 days, and I just talk them up and I get them so fired up. They like, I can do anything for 3 days. And I say, and you got a journal for me for 3 days too. And in that way, I can see why you're plateauing. They never plateau after, or at least when they follow the advice. So here's the rules. Here's what we do. Number 1, we don't count calories, but because they are claiming a plateau, we're going to give them a calorie upper limit. Eating approved food. That calorie upper limit is 8 times ideal weight. 8 times ideal weight. Okay. So if I want to be 120 pounds, 8 times 120 is, what is that? 800. Why did I make that hard? 960 calories. And I tell nobody to go below 1,000 calories a day for long periods of time. Long periods of time. Not over the short term. We're fine. So I take 8 times ideal weight over that 3-day period that we're supposedly breaking the plateau. Okay. Then I revisit their water intake. I need them to get at least a half a gallon to a gallon of water a day for the 3-day T-script. I need them to journal. And I tell them with love, if you don't journal for 3 days, I'm not helping you anymore. Because it's not that we intentionally lie about our food intake. We don't intentionally lie about it. But when people aren't journaling, they do mindlessly, habitually, compulsively eat, even if it's a little grazing on something. And every calorie counts. Every calorie counts. There will be a devil sitting on your shoulder all through your weight loss journey going, that's just a little bit, it doesn't count. That devil is a liar. The Bible teaches us even every idle word we say matters. Every calorie matters. So we must journal. If we bite it, we write it. Next, I need them for 3 days. If I got somebody that I think can do it, I'll tell them to stick to red column only. I'll tell them to stick to red column only. They should fall way below 8 times ideal weight with red column only. If I'm worried about them and I think they might not be able to stick with red column, I say red column and yellow column, okay? And then portions, I say you can have 2 to 3 eating episodes a day. Now, what I'd rather them do is get a mentor appointment and let's come up with a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner that they love. And usually it would be something like Healthwise hot chocolate and cocoa ringer for breakfast. Maybe something like a portion control approved bowl of kraut and fried weenies for lunch, and then for dinner, maybe a hamburger, steak patty, and green beans. Just example meals there. But 2 to 3 eating episodes, that come from red column or yellow column give me a 12 to 16 hour fast. Now, if they can't do 16, 12, including sleep, is very easy. If we can't go 12 hours without feeding ourselves, we know we have a behavioral problem because that includes sleep. 16 hours will break any plateau. And then we walk. How much walking will they give me? So probably the plateau, a lot of it is excess glucose and excess water weight. And when we get rid of the glucose is attached to water, and then the water evaporates too, and then they feel good. They feel like, oh, day 4, I broke the plateau. Really, if they lose 3 or 4 pounds in 3 days, 2 or 3 of that's going to be water or glucose. But it gets their mind back in the game, and it gives them a strategy anytime that they feel like they've hit this perceived plateau. It gives them a strategy so that they can break that plateau and get things moving again. And it's more for the mind than anything. So this is it right here. So 8 times ideal weight, water a half a gallon to a gallon, journal, red or yellow column eating episode, 2 to 3 eating episodes. If I can do 2, great. If I got to have 3, great, but I'm not going to have more than 3. And then a 12 to 16 hour fast and give me 10 to 15,000 steps. And you're typically going to lose about 2 pounds every 3 days, meaning you're going to lose more than, now if you got a lot of weight to lose or you're coming off holidays, you might drop 7 or 8 pounds with this protocol. You might drop 7 pounds in 3 days if you're coming off of a big holiday or a weekend where you really let your hair down, which is fine, which is part of the lifestyle. Work hard, play hard. But if you've been doing good, you're not having many holidays, and you feel like you've hit a plateau, this will always knock it out of the park for anyone, unless it's that time of month or unless you have some real serious training where you've broken down a lot of muscle tissue, because that muscle tissue will fill with water until it heals. So that's kind of the deal. Hope that helped. The last 20 pounds, Sally's no harder to get off than the first whatever pounds, but it does take longer. It's not harder. It just takes longer. It takes longer. Yeah, we got to change how we think about it. This has helped me through the years. It's not harder. Nobody wants to do harder. It just takes longer. See, for me, Shibboleth is easy. I've talked myself into it being easy. I would recommend everybody talk themselves into it being easy, because we don't do things that are hard. None of us do, except for a job. If we have to do that, put food on the table or go through some life with our family or whatnot, whatever's going on. But when it comes to how we eat, we don't do things that are hard. So if you can't figure out a way to enjoy Shibboleth, you won't be doing it long. So I like to change my speech. Those last pounds aren't hard to get off. I'm doing the same thing to get that weight off that I've done in the beginning. It just takes a little bit longer. Terry, 1 week in and already down 20. Great job. Beth, I know you can't out-exercise a bad diet. When I follow the lifestyle, it works. Who would have ever thought food combinations have so much to do with it? It does, doesn't it? Controlling insulin. Food combinations wouldn't be helpful if they didn't help us control insulin. It's the control of insulin that's so helpful. And we can do that without medications. That's awesome. Hey, Amy, as a brand new member, just finished Fast Track, I'd like to say you have an amazing support network. I have been greatly helped by the support. I was overwhelmed by the website, but now that I'm utilizing the food library and recipe library, amazing. I'm so glad that you gave it a little time. That's one of the liabilities with our program. It's not a diet. It's an all-encompassing lifestyle that meets you where you are, whether you eat out, whether you're on the road, a truck driver, or whether you just shop at your Publix, you like to cook, you don't like to cook. So it is a big, robust program, and that can turn people off. I'm so glad that you gave it time and that people were there to help and support you. Great comments here in the thread. Thank y'all. Terry said, I lost, in my first week, lost 20 pounds, dropped oils and soda, and I did WOW challenges. And WOW challenges, for most people, will allow them to lose for a extended period of time, and then you'll hit a plateau with those. But for a while, you can lose up to 1 pound a day with WOW challenge. Yes, that's correct, Sally. Each week, the maximum that we're shooting for Now, some of us will lose more than that. We just want to set up the right expectation. Anytime you lose 1% of your body weight in a week, you have done something. You have lost body fat at an amazing and alarming rate. So if you're 140 pounds and you lost 1.4 pounds, that's a lot of weight to lose in a week. Any other questions? Good stuff today? Yes, stinking thinking will get us. We talk ourselves, you're right, Sally, we talk ourselves out of a blessing instead of into a blessing. We have to let go of fear, let go of regret, all these things that the devil tries to lay down before us as stumbling blocks. And one of those is afraid it won't work for you like it does others. I got news for you. We're not special. We all have the same organs, and those organs work very similarly. All we have to do is work the program and the weight's coming off. If the weight isn't coming off somebody, it's because they're not working the program. It's just biological factamuno. If you operate in a calorie deficit and you control insulin, it does not matter your thyroid, the condition of your thyroid. Nothing matters. There's no physical thing that would hold one back. Not one. There's never been one discovered that would hold you back from losing body fat if you're operating in a calorie deficit and controlling insulin and getting in adequate protein. And what we've done is put it in a format where everything you need comes from your local grocery store. So that's it. If someone's not losing weight, it's because there's something missing in the translation, or they're complicating it in here. The only thing that prevents people from losing weight is this thing here. This is it. That's right, Chrissy. Nothing new under the sun. Amen. Yeah, Sally, I get that a lot from medical folks. I'd love to have them come in class and we'll talk about it. Love to talk about that. They'll do their research. They'll realize insulin does. We can neutralize and control insulin with protein and fiber. And all I've done is figure out how to do that with a sandwich, how to do that with pizza, how to do that with whatever I'm desiring. And it befuddles them, I understand. Yeah, insulin's a life-saving drug. Diabetics have to have it. Our body produces it if our body's working correctly, but too much insulin is growth hormone. It's fat storage hormone. So it doesn't make sense if I'm trying to lose body fat to spike my insulin with foods that elevate my blood sugar. So all our program does is take that into consideration and figure out how to have a hamburger, how to have a casserole, how to have whatever, using ingredients that have enough protein and fiber in them to neutralize insulin. Then we can eat all of our favorite foods, spaghetti, macaroni and cheese, and many other things. We can have them, and instead of them shooting our blood sugar through the roof and us producing uncontrollable amounts of growth hormone called insulin, we can neutralize that. Program is very simple. It does take a little time to learn, but once we learn it, if we'll focus on what we can have and not on what we can't have, then success is a foregone conclusion. That's right. Andrew says potentially husband might get to back off his blood pressure meds. I know he'll be able to. Almost everyone, including myself, that spent enough time living this lifestyle has been able to come off blood pressure medicine, me being one of them. After 15 years on blood pressure medicine. Awesome. Good to know, Sally. We can get more backing from the medical community. That would be awesome. We have a lot of backing now. I'm convinced and biased, but convinced that Shibboleth, if I could spend enough time with each individual, even the ones that don't like it from the beginning, if I could show them it really is easy, we could save lives. Yes. I'm happy to get you some or point you to some. I can't afford them to buy them for everybody, but as a ministry, I certainly would love to provide business cards. Any other questions for me today? Shauna says, after the rumors of me having weight loss surgery, I finally went to Facebook this week and posted a picture of my 66-pound loss in 6 months and shared the Shibboleth lifestyle, and boy, did the skeptics come out. Yeah, naysayers were worse than yeah, you wouldn't believe, and mean-spirited oftentimes too, and it's because they may want to lose the weight too, and they don't believe what you've done is genuine, and you know that what you've done is genuine, that you've not looked for any shortcuts, and you've done your best with the program and honored God with your eating lifestyle, and God is blessing you. And yep, those naysayers will come. I still hear from them. I hear from them routinely. They backed off a lot from me, but not with our clients. They still go after our clients, and that's sad. It's sad. They just It's hard to celebrate success of people that are having success when you yourself are not having success. I wish they would look at it more like, if she can do it, I can too. What an inspiration, Shawnee. Yeah, right, Andrea. And if they believe that it's possible, they have to do what all of y'all did, and that's work hard. That's the other thing. It is a work pro. You got to work the program, and for y'all to have success, and then tell them that here's the effort you put forth. That means they got to put the effort forth. So most people don't want to put the effort. Most people don't want to lose weight. They just say they do. Wanting to and being willing to are two different things. But what do you really eat? Yeah, I get that too. They have a hard time believing I eat the foods that I eat and lose weight. Sally, if you need some help with that, I'm happy to help you. You say you're struggling trying to come up with a goal weight. I start with www.theidealweight.com. I'm more realistic in my approach than I used to be. My ideal weight chart says I should be between 192 and 216. And as long as I can do that, I'm in a healthy range. But certainly if you're struggling with that, I would look for maybe some pictures online, maybe some body type pictures that you want to look like, and me or one of the mentors, we can help you pinpoint about what your weight should be. We got to look at your body fat percentage. What are you trying to accomplish? Don't make it too hard. It can be discouraging if you're trying to make, what is that number I need to be? You'll never be that number, right? You're going to be in a range. So find that range. And then if you really want to single out that number, we can do that by looking at pictures. For example, I'm a Hugh Jackman fan, so I got him up on one of my walls where I'm like, I'm gonna look like that, and I know what body fat percentage he was, so that's the body fat percentage I strive to be. And what weight would that put me at? That would put me at about 187. So that I think about that a lot. I think about trying to get to 187, but I'm also happy that I'm in a healthy range of 192 to 216. Michelle says, I want to look like Sasha. Sasha's my wife, and I know she'll take that as a beautiful compliment. And Sasha's pretty amazing. I think she would tell you, though, that almost all of what you see in photos she produced with just eating. I think Sasha did start working out at the first of the year. She worked out about 3 months at the first of this year, and she really hasn't exercised since this year because just business. She's working 14 to 16 hours a day behind a desk. So most of what you see with Sasha's physique, she's done with eating. She's done with proper nutrition. Certainly she and I both enjoy exercising now, but we didn't exercise at all to lose our weight. And she's done, you're right, she's done fabulous, but she eats very clean. She takes maybe 1 to 2 holidays a week, but the rest of the week is really on point. Terry says, I was at 380 and set my goal to 200 to 230 pounds. We could go to idealweight.com and let's go here. And not sure if you want to, you shared quite a bit there, so I'm assuming if you don't want to share, you don't have to. But what is your age, Miss Terry? If you don't want to do this in front of everybody, that's okay. 47. And let me see. I think you've done told me everything else I needed. Let's see. You are 5'6", so that you're female. So you're 66 inches tall, and your current weight was 380, and we send, and it says greetings. Okay, so your ideal weight range. Now, keep in mind, I know what you're dealing with. You're going to be dealing with some excess skin and such, but your ideal weight, you should be looking eventually at 148.5. That's the top range. Now, that sounds like a long way to go. So what I would suggest is that you start with that goal of 200 pounds. I would want to see you break into the Wonderland category. ONE. Let me write that on the board to give you a vision, Terry. I tell you what, we'll do a special Wonderland. Well, don't you think, Angela? We'll do a special Wonderland badge for Terry when she hits 199. We call it around Shibboleth. For those of us that have struggled being under 200 pounds, we call it Wonderland. Let's see. I didn't mess up. Wonderland. Terry is headed to Wonderland. So when she gets $199, somebody let me know so we can award her that Wonderland badge. You can do it. Way to go, Michelle McCullough. 23 pounds down since August the 8th. Great job. Fantastic job. Chrissy says it's so hard to break 200. I'm gonna challenge you to change your speech and to say it's easy. The minute that you get what I just said, the simplicity of what I just said, it's easy, then you're on your way. It's not hard. We eat delicious meals, delicious foods. We focus on what we can have unto God, and boom, it's easy when we do that. It's only hard until we get this right. Once we get the mind right, am I still with y'all? It said it signed me out. Am I still with y'all? Okay, I'm still with you. It must be about to time me out or something. And when we get this right, it all is well. It's easy. It's easy. It's not hard. As long as we say it's hard, we probably will never get right. With God, all things are possible. The minute I started believing weight loss was easy, after years of failed diet, the weight just fell off. You know, anything that we're enjoying doing, it goes by fast, doesn't it? It goes by real fast, doesn't it? If we enjoy doing it, it seems like boom, right? Anything we don't enjoy doing, does it seem like it goes by? I'm going to tell you what, that Advocare, they're a great company. They sent us on that leadership trip, and I don't like to travel. And that flight was 3 layover, and I did not enjoy it. It seemed like it took forever, because I don't like to fly. You follow me? Now, it was worth it when we got there and seen that beautiful locale, but I don't like to fly. So I thought, if I don't learn to love to fly, I'm probably not going to be one to ever go see much of the world, because I don't love to fly. I talked myself out of it. I wouldn't have won if it hadn't have been my wife and me feeling like she deserved it. I wouldn't have won. Same thing applies to everything we do in life. If you want a result, and the things that you've got to do to achieve that result you deem as hard, you'll never reach that result. The great Mike Tyson says, if you want to be great at something, you got to be disciplined, and you got to do the things you hate to do like you love them. And then once you learn to love this process, I know you're going to love the result, but until you love the process, really genuinely learn to love the process, time's going to go by so slow. The weight loss time, that is. How long it takes you to get from where you were to where you want to be. But man, when you just talk yourself into it, I love it. That's what I tell myself every day. I love it. I love approved tacos. I love approved pizza. I love not eating to the point of just, I don't like to eat where I'm full anymore. I've convinced myself that I love these disciplines. Therefore, the program's easy. I love it, Peggy. I just talk myself into it. I tell my wife every day, just say, I love my husband. I love my husband, because I know if she don't, she might convince herself that she don't love me no more. So I ain't the easiest person to live with. So you just keep saying, I love my husband. You start believing it for long. We have to do that with everything in life. If you I'm a firm believer, if you work in a job that you hate and you're going to complain about it, it says more about you than it does the job. So either learn to love it. I love my job. I love my job. Or go find one that you do. Whatever we do, we got to find a way to love it if we want to get the results that will come. Fake it till you make it. That's right. What is my recommendation for building up your immune system? What I put on the board will do it. What I put on the board. That T-scription for breaking a plateau, build your immune system. I probably would include at least a 16-hour fast a day. I would include a very good multivitamin, and then probably additionally even supplement with B-complex and D3. But that's basically it. You get rid of the excess fat, you will boost your immune system, as long as you're following the shield and getting adequate protein, adequate sunlight, adequate sleep. Sleep gets overlooked a lot. You need to get in a deep recovery every night if you can. Deep recovery sleep. So yeah, probably the only thing I would add to my list up here is I would circle 16-hour fast, a really quality vitamin like the Awesome Vitamin that we have, or Metabolic Nutrition System. And additionally, some B-complex, vitamin D3, sunlight every day across your entire body. Those things are so overlooked, but yet so important. Yeah, Deborah, we did get the vitamins in as we said we would, but we had to send them back. The labels on them The vitamins were fine, but their labeler did a poor job labeling them. And not that the vitamin wouldn't have been just as good, but some people are funny about that. But the labels were all folded up. They had a problem with their labeling machine. We sent them all back, so we don't know. Hopefully we'll get them next week or the week after. The Awesome Vitamin. It's an awesome vitamin. It's a one a day that's got everything in it, and it's a 3-month supply. That was the vision that we wanted to carry out, and we think we've been successful in doing that. It's got your probiotics in it. It's got fruits, veggies in it. It's got all your vitamins. It's a really good quality one a day that can be had with anything. So that when I'm doing these challenges and we need other supplements, this one won't hurt you. You know, a lot of the challenges we do, I say we can't take this with this, can't take this one. It's always safe, always effective. And just a little bit, I'm a firm believer in that. A little bit consistently over a long period of time is very helpful. It's called the Awesome Vitamin. I didn't know what else to call it because it was so awesome. Shibboleth Awesome. Hey, Julie. Yeah, it is recorded and it is in your library. Whatever I do today is put in the library tomorrow. Sometimes they get it in on the same day, but most time tomorrow morning, this recording. All of our 11 a.m. sessions are recorded and put in the library. I love Terry's strategy, an eating episode at 11 and eating episode at 6. That's not unlike mine. I usually have an eating episode at noon and an eating episode in the evening before sunset. And those are my favorite days. Yeah, it's not there yet, Becky, because you may have missed what I just said. We had to send them back because the labels on them, their labeler done a poor job, and we weren't going to have our client buying vitamins where the labels were folded up. So we're waiting on them to come back labeled properly. I think y'all will enjoy it. It's something that you'll be able to take with anything. Got a little bit of everything in it that you might need. Maybe not enough for the instant boost like you get from some of the things I promote, but over time, that was what I was trying to produce, was a quality vitamin where it was one a day, 3-month supply in one bottle. So we're excited about it. Thank you, Julie. It's good to have you today. Michelle, y'all don't be too mad at me. I'm going to wait and not do Magnificent 7 until the first of the year. I'm starting a new challenge after I done the math, because, I was going to do the Magnificent 7 early this month, and we had the hurricane, and then we was out of town for a week. And November and December, I had already planned on a different challenge that's more robust than the Magnificent 7 that I wanted to do to help people get through the holiday season. So I have a challenge starting November the 1st, and I have a challenge starting December the 1st. I'll be promoting it next week. We'll have orientation next week. I'll be announcing that early next week so that everybody can get prepared for November the 1st. It's going to be a high. I usually, the last couple of years, I don't even go anywhere on Christmas so I can support the clients that remain. And I do my Christmas after November, December, most of the time. And I'll do that again this year if my wife lets me, so that I can support people. And the first 24 days of November is critical, and the first 24 days of December are critical. So we're going to work hard November 1st through 24th and December 1st through 24th with this new channel. We'll do Magnificent 7 first. Do I like AdvoCare ImmunoGuard? I do like ImmunoGuard. All of AdvoCare's products are top notch. I only I'll approve products for people, but you'll only hear me talk about Beverly supplement, Thorn supplements, Onyx supplements, our supplements, and AdvoCare, and some essential oils. AdvoCare, in my estimation, if you're trying to get a boost and you're looking for extra performance with your weight loss results and safety and efficacy, AdvoCare is the way to go. I can't compete with AdvoCare. I love their ImmunoGuard product. You might want to consider, Becky, incorporating that 16-hour fast, bone broth, and also lost my train of thought. It's at the top of my tongue. What was that? For breakfast, cocoa ringa mixed with bio coffee. You might want to incorporate that a little bit too as your first eating episode of the day, or Four Sigmatic Four Sigmatic mushroom coffee. Mushrooms, reishi, lion's mane, they promote immune system boosting. Michelle, Advocare won't let us do that, but you can buy it through this website. I support the clients that buy it through me. So this is my website for Advocare. Let me type that again, I think I spelled it, blowtorchfat.com, www.blowtorchfat.com. They won't let us, or they won't let anyone put their products on their own website. If you do see their products on the website, it's probably stale and old. But www.blowtorchfat.com. And the three products that I tell everybody to start with if they're trying to lose weight, and they usually thank me later if they're consistent. That's Spark. I drink my Spark every single day, have for 20 years. Metabolic Nutrition System Delta for weight loss, and Catalyst. Those are their three critical products that those that can afford to do so should do so, along with what I wrote on the board today for amazing weight loss results. And you won't need any other vitamin if you're doing metabolic nutrition system. You can go ahead and order your kits now. I will be doing November the 1st through the 24th with a 10-day detox, 10 days, and then we'll go right into the 14-day metabolic boost period with metabolic nutrition system. So if anybody wants to go on and get the Jumpstart kit, it's not mandatory, but those of us that do it, we're going to rock it out. And for those that do the Jumpstart kit, I'll be having daily support sessions with November 1st through November 24th. When is the best time to take Spark? Spark is anytime I need a pick-me-up. So I drink it first thing in the morning now with Happy Juice. And then I usually do it right before I work out. If I'm going to jiu-jitsu, I do it before jiu-jitsu. If I'm going to CrossFit, I do it before CrossFit. If I'm going for a long walk, I do it before a long walk. I don't ever drink Spark, though, except for on an empty stomach. That's not mandatory. I just don't feel it as good. I like to have it on an empty. My favorite time to take it, if I could only take it once a day, would be first thing. Yes, I drink it on an empty stomach. It allows me to feel the effects of those amino acids a little. Anybody else? Any other questions? Yeah, we will be going. We'll be going over the Jumpstart kit and how to use it with the new meal plans next week, and we'll be doing daily support. Because November and December is so critical, I want to be here for our clients, so there's not much backsliding. And we're going to have a limited meal plan so that we can work hard and then play hard during Thanksgiving if we so want to. But we're going to spend these 2 months enjoying Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. But we're going to be very, very strict to earn the right to do so. And I'll be using the Jumpstart kit. Hey, Robin. I'm a newbie and struggling with being hungry at night a couple of hours after dinner and wanting to snack. Even after having all my water for the day, what can I do to curb these issues at the end of the day? I wish there was an easy answer because what you're dealing with, number one, we got to work on the speech. You're not hungry. You're not physically hungry. So you're mentally and emotionally hungry. That's the issue. And here we've got to break those old bad habits and compulsions, and we got to get in the Word. We got to get in the Word. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. I do not need to eat at night. I do not want that food on my gut while I sleep, because then my sleep won't be as sound. I won't get the same recovery, the same immune boosting effects if I eat food put food on my stomach before bed. You've got to really rethink the words that you're using. This is mental. It's not physical. Our bodies, circadian rhythm wise, our appetites actually diminish at night. But what we have here is we get idle at night. We've had a day where we've worked hard and we want to reward ourselves with food, and we've been doing that so long, get the knickknacks while we're watching TV. You know, if I watch The Voice and I've just had a big dinner, but I'm watching The Voice an hour and a half later, and I can't help it. I want a knickknack on something. I want to get up, have some peanuts or some popcorn or something like that. That's emotional. That's a compulsion to eat. The Bible says I won't be enslaved by anything. All things are given to me as my liberty as a Christian, but I won't be enslaved by. So what I would do is start with one night and just say, tonight I'm going to abstain from food unto the Lord. So you're eating for you. You're doing it for you, for your pleasure. So if you're a believer, don't live with the void of sitting there going, I can't, I just can't, I don't want it, I'm not going to eat it, I'm not going to eat it. Know that you're doing something for the Lord. The Bible says that obedience is better than sacrifice. If you feel like you're sacrificing something, it's going to make you want it more. But if you feel like you're being obedient unto the Lord and the Lord's going to bless you tomorrow because you did that for him, you abstained. Obedience is better than sacrifice. There's so much we can unpack here that might help you, but we won't have time. Look at your why. I hope you got a vision tracker. Anytime I get the knickknacks at night, I remind myself which one I want more. Use your greater than signs, right? So I've got a vision and an image of what I want my body to look like, and nighttime feedings aren't going to get me there. So I got my body image pictures on my vision, in my vision tracker. That's got to be greater than my popcorn, okay? I got to want that body that I want so bad in the future more than I want that instant gratification of that popcorn. Now, I believe I could talk you off the ledge if I was there with you every evening until we broke that compulsion. We broke that bad habit. But you're going to have to reach deep within, and abstain at night and realize you're going to get to eat again tomorrow. You don't need that. Learn to enjoy eating, and it's no different than somebody trying to break a habit of cigarettes, right? It's so hard for them because they've been doing this for so long, right? My mom and dad, they'll tell you, this is hand to mouth all the time. One of the ways they broke themselves from smoking, they'd carry a cigarette in their mouth and wouldn't light it, whatever works. But when it comes to food, I think it's one of the most harmful and hardest addictions ever to break because you've been doing it for so long and it's just compulsive behavior now. But you can do it. Use your family. Plug into Facebook. Say, hey, y'all talk me off the ledge. I don't want to eat tonight, but everything in me emotionally is crying out for that food. Food is never the solution for boredom. Food is never the solution for anxiety or stress. You tell me when it's ever helped. It's never helped. Every time that you do it, you end up feeling worse. Every time you get a little mouth pleasure and then you feel worse. Just don't do it. Trust the Lord. Rely on the Lord. Resist temptation, and the devil will flee. Nice to meet you too, Terry. Tammy, thanks for giving some practical advice. Tammy says hot tea, approved hot tea, more water, freebies. Don't forget about freebies. Sliced cucumbers with a little Bragg's apple cider vinegar, salt and pepper splashed on them. That sugar-free Jell-O. There's several freebies in the library that if you must, we'd rather you not, but if you must, you can have freebies at night. Health-wise hot chocolate, if you get in a tight, you could do as an extra, Deborah, you could. Now, we want you to break the reliance on eating all the time and on grazing. You know, y'all know that, right? And even if we're doing freebies, even if we're doing an extra, like a cup of Health-wise hot chocolate is an extra. We're still yielding, we're still enslaved to the habit of grazing. But if I'm in a tight and I just am not going to be able to control myself, a Health-wise hot chocolate would be a good alternative that doesn't cause me to have a holiday. Lemon water helps, yeah. Nice to see you too, Chrissy. Robin, please don't hesitate to reach out to a mentor. Let me give you that before I go. If you need some mentor help, www.mentor.gymbook.com. You can get a one-on-one mentoring appointment, and maybe they can help you find some Shibboleth approved freebies while you're trying to break that habit of grazing. Thank you, Deborah. All hearts and minds clear. Lord willing, we'll see y'all again tomorrow, Friday, 11 a.m. God bless you, Robin. You got this. Hey, it was psychological for me too. It took years before it got easier, but I broke the habits, and you will too. We just got to stay together. Friends helping friends. Good to be back. All right, y'all. Love you in the Lord. Y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, everyone.